So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at 24K Movies. You may know me as the Game Ninja. I'm also the man, the one, the only owner of the Game Dojo. So, we're doing this new segment called 24K Movies. Today, we're talking about the very first movie we're going to review here on 24K Movies, and that is The Joker. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Joaquin Phoenix's own portrayal of the Joker. Now, I know what you're saying. A lot of people gave this a big thumbs down just over the casting and acting and everything over the hoopla with the Heath Ledger. I mean, the Joker role has always been an iconic role, and it is very hard to play for anyone, let alone Joaquin Phoenix. So, he really had his work cut out for him. And I, being one of the biggest critics, I tell you, I wasn't looking forward to it. No, I was not. But I had a chance to get a little advanced screening of it, and I checked it out, and I'm going to shoot it to you straight. So if you don't want any spoilers, now it's time to turn off. If you're going to get some spoilers, it's going to be right here, right now. So forgive me. Sorry, you've been warned. Spoiler alert. So basically, the story of the Joker, I kind of would have liked it better if they just wouldn't have called it the Joker, if they would have called it something else and then let that be the big reveal here at the end. Because the movie itself is not really a Joker movie. Like, if you're thinking if you're going to go through it and watch actual crime and pillaging and the clown prince of Gotham taking over the city and laying siege until the hero Batman comes and survives, this is not the type of movie. This is not even an origin story, although it kind of is. This is basically the story of Arthur Fleck, a guy that's literally beat down by the burdens of the world and people and society, and it just basically crushes him into the depths where he kind of fractures in his psyche. And I say that because later on in the movie, when the clown does finally come out, you see that they're two different people. Like Arthur Fleck and the Joker, they're two different people, totally. Like people say out there in the medical community, dissociative identity disorder. Yeah, it's actually like that because he's not the same person, not the same mind frame. It's just a total different split to that side of the coin. And one of the things that I'm kind of glad about, but I really wasn't liking at first, was Joaquin Phoenix. That's right, put Joaquin right there. Yeah, so I didn't really think too much about having him as a cast member, but then I realized he really doesn't choose anything unless it's really strong and means something to him. So that kind of made me want to give it a try. So basically, well, before I do anything and get into my review of it, let's take a look at the trailer. How about that? So let's take a look at that trailer.
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She told me I had a purpose to bring laughter and joy to the world. Hey, stop them! Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by.
What?
If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll find that life is still worthwhile. If you
What's so funny?
just
Freak?
Gotham's lost its way. What kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? Someone who hides behind a mask.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
Okay, so now that was the trailer to the Joker. It showed you a little bit and a lot. It's kind of a slow burn as it goes forward. So the trailer is basically action packed. Don't be let down because it does take a while to get there. But when it gets there, it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of the hardest critics. When it comes to Batman, when it comes to Joker in general, I liked the best comic book version of it. I would have to say I'd give it to Jack Nicholson. He was the best comic portrayal. I mean, it was real, but then it was very comedic and it was very like ha 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 ha. So that was okay. When it comes to Leto, his version was a different comic book. So it's a different type of Joker. I mean, I really liked it, but it was just a different type of Joker. When it comes to the most realistic portrayal of a human being known as the Joker, I would give it to Heath Ledger, for the simple fact that 90% of what he did was ad-libbed. So he basically dove into his own psyche and into the mind of an actual mental maniacal lunatic and actually brought that out. And it's genius. It's actually scary because there's certain parts of the film, if you go and check and realize that they were ad-libbed, that he just brought that out. Like even at the start, like when he went to audition for that, there's a biography known as I Am Heath. I don't know if anybody caught that movie. It was actually ingenious, and it basically spoke a lot of things, including his iconic Joker role. And he kind of disappeared off the radar for a while. And when he came in to audition for that part of the Joker, everything you see as the Joker, that was Heath. The clothes, the makeup, the voice, the little fractured parts of him, that was all him. And it was absolutely ingenious. If there ever really was a human being to lay siege to a city that was just absolutely insane but genius at the same time, if there was actually a clown prince of Gotham, it would have been Heath. But having said that, this Joaquin Phoenix movie, it's a standalone. It's got nothing to do with the version of the Joker that we saw in all these movies. So what we're comparing here, you can't compare Heath and you can't compare Joaquin Phoenix because it's not the same movie. It's not the same field. It's not the same game. Basically, like I said, I kind of wish they would have called it something else and then led up to it in the end and have it be like a big reveal and for you to know it's the Joker. I do give it 4 stars. That's right. Put it down in below. I do give it 4 stars out of 5 on the basically 24K scale of awesome. It's gold. It's definitely gold. It's 24K. It's definitely 24K. I would love to give it a platinum rating, but there was a few things that I just couldn't get on board with, and it was a little bit of a slow burn, but you have to do that to establish character and mood and everything like that. I mean, it's a new genre, and I give credit out to the director, I give credit out to the producer, I give credit out to Joaquin Phoenix, because he basically carried this entire film on his shoulders. And if he wasn't involved, it probably would not have been the caliber of film that it is. So I'm going to give him all due credit on that. And like I said, me being one of the biggest critics when it comes to movies, including this, like when I first heard of the Joker movie being made, I was stoked. And then when I saw who was cast as the Joker, I absolutely hated it. But I absolutely have never been so happy to be proven wrong in my entire life. Joaquin Phoenix did body this role. And like I said, if you're going looking for a Joker movie, if you're going looking for that gigantic, iconic lay siege to the city, it's some of that in there. I'm not going to lie. It's some of that in there. But the payoff isn't that. The payoff is you diving into what makes a person, a normal, absolute person, beaten down and bogged down by the pressures and pains and horribleness of this world, just crushing somebody. Because when you put that much pressure, 2 things will happen. It'll either crack and split and crumble into nothing, or it'll hard compress and turn into a diamond and turn into something that you've never believed that pressure could create. And in this case, that pressure was the Joker. And there are certain moments where it gives me chills because I know Joaquin did a lot of studying on this role. He dove into the laughing, the nervous laughter. Sometimes when a fractured psyche, they get nervous and there's nothing they can do. So it's kind of like, it's kind of a laugh, but it's not a laugh of joy. It's kind of like, it's not even a maniacal laugh. It's just something that comes out of the body as a form to deal with the pressure. So I do give him credit for that because there were a few scenes that I was just like, whew, he did kill it. I'm not going to say that. He did kill it. There's a lot of scenes in it where he kills it with no problem. So having given it all due respect, I give it 4 stars out of 5 on the Game Ninja scale of awesomeness. We can shoot another picture right here. See that? See, that face right there really didn't sell me on the film because, like I said, when it comes to the makeup of the Joker, you know, when I saw that, it kind of pushed me further away, not into the truth. But that one here, yeah, that one's a little bit better because it basically showed you a little bit diving into that, what it was going to be like. And then you have this one here, which is like a fan rendition. That's pretty cool. I like it, but that was if we ever got a part 2, what it would look like. I can't see them making a part 2 to this because then it would be that movie, you know, that genre of Batman, excuse me, that we all know. So I kind of like it as a standalone. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even call it the Joker. I would have called it Arthur Fleck or something like that. I mean, but a lot of people wouldn't go and seen it if it was named Arthur Fleck. So I kind of like the fact. It's kind of along the lines of Split. If anybody's seen Split out there, it's slow burn, but it takes you to get there, and it tells the story, and I really like that. Robert De Niro, another man, huge actor, huge, absolutely huge, insane actor. He was only in this for a minute role, but still, his presence, the way he does things, the way he's on the scene. I'm not going to give you too many spoilers on that, but that's a sign of a great actor when you have just this much of a role and you blow it up. That's kind of what Heath did on the original Batman set, because he was set to play the Joker, but I don't think anybody knew what to expect. There was literally some behind the scene footage of him doing a scene, and literally the cameraman and everybody on the set, they were just mesmerized. They were just standing there, like even after the director yelled cut, they were still like, they weren't responding because it's what he brought to the scene. Like, oh my God. Joaquin is that caliber of actor, and I believe this role kind of did a little damage to him. I mean, anybody who's going to play a role like that, the Joker, it's going to do a little bit of damage to you because you kind of have to dig into the mind of a psycho sociopath. You got to dig into the maniacalness of you, of what makes you tick and what makes others tick, and that fractured part of yourself. Because anybody is just a half step away from becoming a Joker. And I'm glad that everything came together the way it did. So I'm going to give this movie review, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. It's 4 stars out of 5. I would love to be making it platinum, but there was little bits, things to take away from. It's definitely 24 karat gold. So the first movie we reviewed, yeah, it's 24 karat gold. I definitely recommend seeing it. Like I said, if you're going looking for that iconic Batman movie with the Joker laying siege to the city and looking for him to be dumped into a vat of chemicals, you're not going to get that. So if that's what you're looking for, I would say stay away from it. But if you're going in with an open mind and you just want to see a movie that's genius in its inception and actually has a character who became known as the Joker, the Crown Prince of Gotham, it's definitely for you. I give Joaquin all due Phoenix. What'd I say? Oh, so anyway, next time, stay tuned to 24 Karat Movies, where we're going to start the 31 Days of Halloween. It's a little bit further back. I think we're like 3 days into October already. So we're going to do backdated some of these things. So the first movie I believe we're going to be reviewing is, yeah, Halloween. The iconic Michael Myers. So, sit back, relax, grab your favorite bag of snacks. I hope you enjoyed these tracks. And like I said, without too many spoilers, I'm glad you sat here and enjoyed. I am Rain, and until next time, I will see you on 24 Karat Movies. Thank you for joining me.